Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim wa salatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. On May 15th of every year, the Muslim Ummah remember what is known as Nakbah. So what's Nakbah? What led to Nakbah? And how is it related to me as a Muslim? Nakbah is a term that could be translated to English as catastrophe. And it refers to what happened in 1948 when the Zionist gangsters were able to defeat the Arab armies and establish what's so-called the State of Israel. Now, in my assessment, this tragedy, or the Nakbah, the real one, took place around the First World War when the Ottoman Empire was destroyed. And as a result of the collapsement of the Khilafah, the heritage of the Ottoman Empire was divided among the European nations, who have controlled the assets of the Muslim Ummah and deprived Muslims from it. As a result of that also, the British government controlled the land of Palestine. And on 1917, they gave a promise to the Zionist movement to establish a state for them in the land of Palestine, ignoring the fact that there are Palestinians living in the lands of Palestine since ancient time. There were less than 5% Jews living in the land of Palestine prior to the involvement of the British government in Palestine. And by the 1948, this percentage grew to become almost 30%. During the time the British government was controlling the land of Palestine, they aid the thugs of the Zionist movement with weapons and trained them to be able to form later on a regular army to fight in 1948. Quite the opposite. The Muslim Ummah was so divided, was controlled by European nations, and did not have the mean or the say in their own life. Despite of all that, when Muslims in Palestine decided to stand up and defend their own land, and the Arab countries surrounding Palestine and Muslims from different parts of the world came to support Palestinians in their struggle to defend their own land, the land of Islam, they were able to defeat these Zionists. But then the intervention of the United Nations and the support of the superpowers at that time gave the chance for the Zionist thugs and gangsters to have the upper hand and defeat the Arab armies and establish what's so-called after that the State of Israel. What happened as a result of that defeat and the establishment of the State of Israel? And Palestinians were expelled from their own homes and lands. More than 475 villages were destroyed. Many massacres were committed by these thugs and gangsters group to scare and terrify the Palestinian civilian Palestinians who are not armed. And as a result of that, so many Palestinians left their own villages, left their own town, in a hope that they will be able to come back to it. Now, after 75 years, Palestinians never gave up the hope to go back to their own lands and to their own homes. And we as a Muslim Ummah, we never give up the hope to return back the land of Palestine, the land of Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa, to the boundary of the Muslim Ummah. Because the land of Palestine is Ardun Mubarakah, that Allah Azza have given the barakah to it, and it has Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa, which is the first Qibla of Islam, the third shrine of the Muslim Ummah. And we are, as an Ummah, still praying to Allah Azza to give us the chance to be able to pray in Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa, آمنين مطمئنين فإنها على كل شيء قدير. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.